Good morning, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world. You've tuned in to the Mac City Morning Show. I am your host, Elliot Pierre, and as per usual, we'll start this show off on the same note we always do, with a moment of gratitude. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know you could be doing a million other things with your time, so the fact that you're spending with us truly does mean the world to me. On that note, Tanner, hit him with you.
How's she cutting me, loves? You're listening to the Mac City Morning Show.
All right, and we're back. Okay, we have a fun guest today. He's running for council. We've bumped into each other once or twice before, but we've never actually had a long conversation, so I'm excited to chat with him today. As you guys know, I do not introduce my guests because they can do a better job at that than I can. So on that note, sir, can you tell everybody who you are and what you're all about?
Good morning, Fort McMurray.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me here. My name is Joseph Mugodo. I'm running for council. I've lived in this city for the past 12 years.
Okay. Nice. So running for council. So you are definitely an individual who's active in our community for a while. So give us a little bit of background about yourself, because honestly, I know nothing about you, my man. So you came to Fort McMurray 12 years ago. What brought you to this community?
I like traveling.
Okay.
So I'm somebody who has traveled a lot. I was born and raised in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
And then after my graduation and working a little bit in Zimbabwe, I moved to China.
Oh, wow.
And I was working there as a teacher there, teaching English.
Okay.
Then I moved to US in Dallas, Texas. Then from there, I moved to Canada.
Okay.
So it's a long
Yeah.
And in Canada, at first I settled in Calgary.
Okay.
I was working as an assistant manager there.
Okay.
Then I got an opportunity to work here in Fort McMurray.
Okay.
And I took the position to work as a manager here.
In what field?
I work for Clean.
Okay.
And it's on site as Agden Clean. It
Okay.
has, it's almost on every site.
Okay.
And we take care of most of the sites here in Wood Buffalo.
Okay.
So I'm the area manager.
Okay. Cool. So that's what brought you to Fort McMurray.
Oh, yes.
So
And,
when you were traveling, you said you were a teacher. Is that what you studied in school, education?
that's true. I did education, and also I have a master's in business administration,
Okay.
and I majored in leadership and sustainability.
Okay.
So that's why I thought with my leadership skills, which I learned at school,
Right.
and also working as a leader
Right.
in my work, in my daily work, and also living in this place for a long time, I decided not to just take a back seat and take one step further,
Right.
and started to take action or to take part in what is happening around me.
Right.
Hence, I ran for council.
Nice. So have you had any involvement in council prior to this?
No, I was I'm just somebody who goes and listens to what is happening and sees
Right.
what's happening every day.
Right.
I've taken part in different programs when they are, and just as a listener or
Right.
watcher,
Yes.
and not exactly being part of them.
Right. Hey, just being a fly on the wall is good. You can collect your information and kind of sit and wait and make an objective decision after that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. So what is it that actually prompted you after 12 years? Because as you've said, you've been listening, you've been taking part. What's different now than the last 12 years? What's put you to the point that you feel this is the time to be on?
Okay. There are a number of reasons why I have seen, like, when I watch these programs on council, I see there's more which can be done, which is not being done.
Right.
And also, as somebody who lives here, there are some things I need to see being changed.
Okay. Such as?
And some of these things, like, for example, I see that we don't have a lot of recreational facilities for our kids.
Okay.
So that needs to be also looked into. I see that we rely too much on oil,
Right.
but I'm looking at diversifying the economy and say, without oil, what else can we do? For example, I see we have a lot of timber around here. Why don't we think of having companies or like IKEA come and start a manufacturing factory here, something like that. And I see, for example, oil is very expensive here.
Yeah.
Why don't we bring like, instead of having a refinery, which might be very expensive,
Right.
we might look at seeing other ways of making it cheaper for the people who live here.
That's right. Yeah, gasoline is not cheap here.
Oh
that's for
yeah,
sure.
gas is expensive here,
Yeah.
and I'm looking at seeing what can we do to make it a little bit cheaper for the people who live here, because
Right.
we mine oil here.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So with the 12 years that you've lived here in the community, what have you been up to? Like you work, obviously,
Yeah.
managing your organization.
Yeah,
What else keeps you busy from day to day?
I took part in a number of community groups here.
Okay.
I take part in the Black History.
Okay.
I take part in the Fort McMurray, the African Fort McMurray community.
Okay.
And also I'm the president of the Zimbabwe community also here.
What community?
Yeah, the Zimbabwean community.
Zimbabwe
in Fort
community,
McMurray.
okay.
I'm
Yep.
the president also here.
Okay.
So, and also I took part in many different social organizations here.
Right. Are there a lot of people from Zimbabwe in Fort McMurray?
Yes.
Yeah. That's awesome. I know when I grew up here, although Fort McMurray's always been diverse, we've always had people from around the world come and live in this community. Just like my parents moved from South America here. The numbers definitely weren't there. And it's definitely a different visual that you see when you see Fort McMurray now in regards to the colors and the different races and different people that are in Fort McMurray.
Although growing up here, you did have a friend with parents from the same place, didn't you?
I did, Jason Phillips.
Yeah, your business partner.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Jason.
Big shout out to Jason, who will not watch this show. But yeah, it's great to see the diversity in the community now. So there's a lot of people from Zimbabwe, huh?
Yeah, so that diversity of the diversity we have here.
Yeah.
So it also need to be shown in our council,
Correct.
because
Yes.
that will show who we are here in Fort McMurray.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. There's been a number of different people who are running for council this year and on the show over the last few days and weeks. And diversity is something that is definitely being shown with the people who are interested in kind of getting involved in politics.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So with these other candidates, have you had a chance to kind of communicate with anybody else who's running? And
Oh, yeah.
how do you feel they are?
I've talked to most of the mayoral candidates, both of the three of them who are running right now.
Right.
I've met them and discussed different issues with them. I've also discussed with a number of councillors who are running in Ward 1.
Right.
And yeah, we have a chat, because if you see on my platform, I'm campaigning on the notion that together we can.
Okay.
Together, that means as a group, it's not a one-man job. It's
Right.
something which needs all of us to put our heads together and
Right.
move this city forward.
Yeah. Awesome. Now you mentioned you're a fan of traveling.
Yes.
Obviously, for the last 12 years, you've decided to stay put.
Yeah.
So what is it about this community that makes you want to stay here?
Okay. When I came here first, I had a plan to live here for about 3 years.
All right. Everybody
That's
has that
all. Don't we all?
plan.
And then after 3 years, you say, oh, let me add one more year.
Right.
And one more year has been after one more year after the other. So now we are talking of 12 years. So after 12 years, definitely it becomes my home.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So you've built a community around yourself here.
Yes.
Yeah. So in all the places that you traveled, though, like living in Dallas, living in China, living in Zimbabwe, and all the other travels that you've done throughout the years, what is it about Fort McMurray that you find special?
The diversity of the people, the friendliness of the people, and the uniqueness we have here, yeah, makes it outstanding compared to the other places I've lived.
That's awesome, man. 12 years in, you obviously like
man.
it.
Yeah, so after 12 years, I have friends here, my family here, and all this, right? So
Yeah.
it becomes my home.
There you go. Well, around the corner is winter.
Oh, yeah.
How do you deal with winter?
My goodness. The first time, it was, I don't know, the worst thing to happen to me. And the first time I came here, we had something like minus 50. I couldn't start my vehicle, so I couldn't go to work. I just stayed put in my house. And later on, you get used to it. And now, after 12 years, I'm used to it.
You're used to it now?
Now,
What's your secret? I've been here for 22 and I'm not.
well, at first, my first year was the worst one because it was minus 50 that year, and I couldn't drive out. Some of the days couldn't go to work because of the weather.
That's right.
But the weather, later on, it becomes better and better. It's not every year we have these minus 50 weathers.
That's right.
Baptism by freezing.
Yeah, that's it. I know my dad, he's been here in Fort McMurray since the mid 70s.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. He still is not used to the winter. He still does not enjoy it whatsoever. Yeah. All right, my man. Well, we're at the part of the show. This is Tanner's segment. It's called the Mac City Minute. Tanner's going to ask you a few questions. I don't know what he's going to ask, so I wish you nothing but the best of luck. Tanner, hit him with the Mac City Minute.
Alrighty, question number 1. What is one thing about Fort McMurray that made you want to run for council?
When I looked at the last council, I see that there was disjointment in some of their council meetings. There was no unity and togetherness when these people were debating. I think you can debate somebody without attacking each other. And I saw that with my leadership qualities, I can come and make a change to some of these debates and some of the things going on in council. So if you are always quarreling and arguing, you can't make progress. We need progress. We need to move forward. We need to move this city forward. So that's why I'm thinking it's time for change. It's time to bring new people with new ideas, new blood, and move this city forward. Together, we can help each other move this city forward. Thank you.
Question number 2. You've lived all around the world. What is one of your favorite foreign dishes you've ate?
Oh, that's hot pot. That's a Chinese hot pot.
Okay.
Oh, that one. I like it. Every time I move around, if I go to Edmonton, I just Google to see where I can get Chinese hot pot. I love that dish. Okay. It's awesome. I hope next time you see a Chinese restaurant, ask for Chinese hot pot. You will love it.
Question number 3. What is it like to have so many people from your home country in the city you now live in?
It makes the city a home, and it makes the life easier for my kids to have friends who can have the same culture with them. And although we have to adapt to the Canadian culture, it won't be a big shock to them when they have so many people from the same place being together. Right.
Question number 3. What is your favorite part of putting yourself out in such a big community?
I think as somebody who has been in leadership for a long time, it's better I take part than just being a bystander or somebody to watch from the terraces. I think if I take part, I can help 1 or 2 things and help move this city forward. We need people with new ideas. We need people who have leadership qualities to take these positions and make this city great.
And your final question, how does Fort McMurray remind you of all of the places you've lived?
Fort McMurray is a unique place. Fort McMurray is different from all these cities. It's a smaller city compared to all the cities I have lived in. But the togetherness we have here, the kindness we have from the people around, and the resilience I have seen when the people had these phenomena like floods and the wildfire, makes it a unique place for me. And I love this place, and I want to see it move forward.
And those have been your 5 questions.
Thank you.
There you go. So let's talk about, because you lit up when you're talking about that dish that you love so much. What's in it?
Or the Chinese hot pot?
Yeah.
Okay, you'll be like cooking your own food
Okay.
whilst eating it.
Okay.
So there will be all kinds of food put on the table.
Right.
And there's a small plate and a small fire in front of you,
Okay.
and just like a hot plate.
Okay.
And then they will put soup into it.
Yeah.
You choose your own kind of soup,
Okay.
and you'll be taking different kind of dishes and putting them into that pot,
Okay.
and it will be cooked whilst you are eating there.
Oh, neat.
So you need more time to eat when you
Right.
are eating this kind of. It's not like you just walk in and you eat like what you do at McDonald's.
Right.
You should have time when you want to have this kind of dish.
Oh, that's nice.
It's called Chinese hot pot.
Okay, I gotta check this out. I've never heard of it before.
Oh.
I love eating. I love
You
eating.
will love it.
Yeah,
I tell
I'm
you.
definitely gonna check this out. And there's places in Edmonton and Calgary, like in Alberta, that you can
yes,
find.
I've visited a number of places in Edmonton
Okay.
and Calgary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before you leave, I'll have to get you to jot some of these down for me. So you mentioned you have some children. How many kids you got?
Yes, I have 3 boys.
Okay.
Two of them already graduated from Holy Trinity, and they are taking trades on site.
Okay.
They're doing apprenticeship.
Okay.
And I have the young boy. He's about 7 years, and he's doing primary at St.
Okay.
Martha.
Nice. That's awesome. Keep him busy.
Oh yes.
Yeah. How did you find having all 3 of them home during the lockdowns and pandemic last year?
It was. The 2 boys are grown up,
Yeah.
and they had their own. It was hard to keep them indoors because one of them is very active in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very hard to keep him inside the house. So
Right.
he went into the garage and make changes in our garage and make it a playing place for him. Where
Okay.
he plays some hoops and doing a lot of gym and all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The other one likes computer stuff. He's always on his computer stuff.
Yeah. So he was easy.
Yeah, and the young boy is always on my lap,
Yeah.
troubling me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it was a full house of activity, no
Oh,
doubt.
yes. Oh,
That's
yes.
awesome. All right, my man. Well, we're at the end of the show now. 20 minutes flies. That being said, at the end of the show, you have the microphone to do a shameless shout out or a plug. So the microphone's yours. You can talk about or promote whatever you want to. You're up.
Thank you. As I said, I'm running for Council Ward 1. I hope Fort McMurray, you can vote me in so that I can put my own knowledge, which I have learned through the traveling around the world, my knowledge I have gathered whilst I'm living here in Fort McMurray for the past 12 years, and help make this city move forward again. I hope you will vote me as one of the 6 candidates who are running for council, who are supposed to be in the council from Ward 1. Although we are many of us, can you make me one of the 6 candidates? Thank you.
There we go. Awesome. I love it. Okay, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo. That's another episode of the Mac City Morning Show. Once again, thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And on that note, I hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.